Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kevin. Alongside me is Luke, and Ninth Gear Broadcasting is back. We're going to be broadcasting the first top split C-Fix race of the week every week. And this week we are at the Milwaukee Mile. It should be a good one, Luke.
How's it going, Kevin? It's been a little while. We've had a little bit of a hiatus. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm ready to be back watching some racing, and we're just going to do this series and, watch some good old-fashioned truck racing.
Yeah,
I think
just,
it's going to be a good
back
time.
to the roots. Back to the roots out here. We got a good field. We got 21 drivers out here on the field. And, Kevin, I know you love the honors of taking the grid out here. You want to take it again, as always?
Yeah, absolutely. How about Bo Griffin Jr. getting the pole here by almost a whole tenth of a second? On his outside is going to be Nick Nevin. Your second row is going to be Ethan DeWeld and Scott Phillips. Third row is going to be Brandon Bowers and Kevin Swindell. Fourth row is going to be Adam Wright and Colin Sablich. Tyler O'Neill and Jake Golano. Frank Suris and Matthew Bent. Michael Danks and David Flanagan. Eugene Tumanello and Trent Roloff. Dawson Buchanan and Andrew Schreichler. Austin Johnson and Max Harris, and rounding out your field is going to be Logan Lane.
And, we got a couple names out there that we're familiar with here. But then again, with this being a series that is, it's an official series out here. So we're gonna have, as you guys just heard there, we got the mics on for the drivers out here. So whatever happens in top split, you guys are gonna see it right alongside us live here. But I think we're in for a good one out here, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're pacing around. It's been a long time since we were at Milwaukee Mile, Luke, and I'm really interested to see what type of racing it brings. It's a 40-lap race with 2 additional sets of tires, and these guys don't need fuel, so it's going to be multiple different strategies being played if we do see cautions. If we don't, we're in for a 40-lap green run out here.
And it just compared to some of the other C-Fix truck races that we've been running out here the past few weeks, we know the more intermediate to short tracks are definitely more heavy on the tire wear out here. So in 40 laps time, we'll have to see how these drivers are feeling out here on these tires and how well these lap times at least stand up to what they put up in the qualifying and what they hope to put up here at the start of this race out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, pace car coming out of turn 4 right now, and it's looking to make its way in as Bo Griffin Jr. is going to take the command and lead us to our first green flag. Into the restart zone they go, and green, green, green. And shooting 3 wide instantly is going to be Ethan DeWeld, and he's going to back out of it. Bo Griffin's going to clear him, and Bo Griffin's going to clear all around and merge up in front of Nick Nevin.
But looks like, overall, though, a good start here for everybody. Clean start here. So both the lines got off pretty equally. As of right now, Bo Griffin Jr. here really taking the lead out here.
Yeah, Luke, as you see, not many people brave enough so far in this race to try that top line. We see maybe a handful of guys running the outside, and none of it's by choice.
Just no room for them on the inside, just not much real estate out here. And you see, as soon as they get to that backstretch, almost always putting the car back to that single wide out here. I think that's got to do to tire saving.
And the 7 and the 20 both go around.
Oh, man. Getting a little loose out here, but both keep composure of the car out here, and we're going to remain green.
Jake Golano losing spots very quickly as he went around, as well as, I do believe, 15.
We didn't really get a main an incident marker for that, so overall it seems like the content for Bowers on the outside. Like you said, Kevin, not many drivers electing to take that second line from what we're seeing out here. Almost everybody wanting to stick to that single file line racing.
Absolutely, and just looking here at some of the biggest movers, I'm not seeing too much movement at all throughout the field. It seems like these guys are all just kind of settled in. They found a spot they like. we're seeing the occasional overtake right now. A decent battle between Frank Schuris and Eugene Tumanello, but just a quick clear for Eugene, and right back to kind of that single file follow the leader that we saw earlier. Just I gotta imagine, Luke, that that outside line is just eating up tires, and these guys are not really wanting to try to rip it right now with over 30 laps to go.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, and it definitely seems like it's definitely the struggle line right now. I imagine we'll probably start to see it used more here in the later half of the race, but throughout the beginning stages, probably well over the middle point of this race out here, I imagine we're going to probably see a good deal of what we're going to see. A lot of single file wide racing, the occasional pass out here, but I think everybody just trying to keep hold of what they got out here and only really turn up the speed here when they need to make the passes. Still, the story is Bo Griffin Jr. out here still running away. His lead is almost extended to a full second on Nick Neben, who is running in second place right now. Kevin Swindell not too far behind him.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Kevin Swindell up 3 spots and kind of charging on Nick Neben, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him try to make the pass and give Bo Griffin a run for his money up here. He seems to have his truck dialed in right where he wants it right now.
Watch a little on board here with Kevin Swindell. See what he's got cooking up in third place to keep him in contention up here and gaining so many positions early on. I gotta say, it's been a pretty quiet start of this race out here so far, Kevin. Not much chatter on the radio.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody just kind of minding their P's and Q's right now. We did see that 2-car contact that affected a couple guys, including Jake Galano, who seems to be struggling at this point, now 10.6 seconds back on the leaders. Potentially damage, potentially overheating of the tires, but definitely that contact he had earlier in the race is the most excitement we've seen in terms of contact.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way, but even though the contact was there, it still kept us on a green flag run out here, and it's going to take us to lap 12 now. Chugging right along through this race out here. We got a nice spread of manufacturers out here so far. We're seeing, I want to say, 3 Rams on the field right now. I know they're the newest addition out here to the trucks. I'm not actually sure if we ever broadcast a race where the Rams were out there, right?
Yeah, I don't believe so, but I've definitely raced around them a lot.
Yeah, of course. They're just as equal as the rest, but apart from them, we have looks like we got an even split amongst the Fords and the Chevys, and it honestly looks like it's pretty split down the middle amongst all manufacturers, to be honest. But looking at the inside now is Adam Wright here making the pass on the 11 of Scott Phillips.
Yeah, and Scott Phillips trying to get to the left rear maybe and try to make a move back, but just not going to make it happen. And Adam Wright is going to clear by about a car length, maybe 2, going into 3 and 4 here.
And he's definitely got that pass under his belt here, as he's going to now start to try to chase down the bumper of Kevin Swindell. Taking a look a little further back behind him here, Brandon Powers. Looking at the inside of on. That is...
Yeah, it's going to be Ethan DeWeld.
Right on his door. This just seems like that inside is just faster.
Yeah, these guys are really able to grip the bottom well, Luke, and I mean, you can hold on to them for maybe a turn or 2 on that outside, but I really haven't been able to see too many guys.
Oh, and the 3 across the nose of Ethan, spinning out and
Dude, you can't block like that, bro. We're at a short track. Come on.
Hard contact, and that's going to bring out our first caution, Luke.
8 seconds back.
Well calling for the
And then
block.
you wrecked me.
Bro, come on, dude.
We'll go back and
That's
take a
gonna
look at
be-
that
Like,
one.
I don't even know why you're racing there, dude.
It's going to be a lot of wheel damage for
Dude,
Brandon
what are you
Bowers if I had to
talking
take a
about?
guess,
You're blocking
but
on the front straightaway, like
he's
it's
going to
that
try to limp it
fucking-
into the pits.
Fucking auto club, and we're blocking all the way to the apron. I give you a little bump into one, and then coming off 2, I get to your inside, and you block me again, and you're just not clear. Like, what are we doing, man? Come on. Milwaukee, big old hole.
As always,
You
you can
just
be
got
the
mad
judge.
because I passed you, lady.
Dude, I mean, obviously I don't
Yeah,
want
and
to
it
get past, but I'm
seems
not
like
gonna
the
sit and get upset
15
about
of
it.
Ethan
Like, you
Dewald
passed me, but I was able to
gets
get a
the
run, got back
3
to
a
your
little bit
side.
loose there as they're just racing hard. And the 3 of Brandon Bowers comes down a little bit, and the contact there was inevitable.
Downshifting up front.
Yeah. You know, unfortunate, but that's going to bring out our first caution here of the afternoon. And we're going to see the whole field making their way into the pits now, likely to get themselves a fresh set of tires here for this. I want to say back half of the race almost. We're not quite at the halfway point yet, but we're almost there.
Yeah, and guys to watch, Luke, who do you got?
I mean, obviously, it's hard not to take Bo Griffin Jr., but honestly,
That's the only reason
I'm
I'm
going to have
wondering.
to put Kevin Swindell at the top of my list. He's been a big mover out here,
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
he's really been
I
hanging
might
strong up here
try,
with these
but-
front runners. He just cycled back to P4 here after the pit cycle, but I think he's got to be on the top of my
Had
list. What about
someone
you?
coming past me that was
Yeah, I can't disagree. I mean, he
Downshifting
showed a
up
lot of
front,
speed on the
if,
short runs, able to make
everybody else is
passes on the short runs. As we were getting towards somewhat of a long run here of 16 laps, I saw Austin Johnson really start to pick him off. He started 19th place, Luke. He's up to 12th. If he can have a good restart here and get a couple spots, I wouldn't be surprised to see him contending for a top 5 out here.
Currently rocking the Carvana scheme right there. Yeah, you know, it's definitely it's tough with that competitive racing style out here when you're on such a short track out here. You know, only a single mile out here. There's not much room for these guys to work in terms of when they can take their passes. So I can definitely feel the urgency to want to get the pass when we see the opportunity.
Yeah, Adam Wright having a good pit stop, picking up a spot on Kevin Swindell. He's going to be restarting 3rd. We saw him making some moves later in the run. He's made his way up from 7th to now 3rd place. But your top 2 remain the same they have been all race. It's going to be Bo Griffin Jr. and Nick Nevin, as the pace car is going to be coming in here. And we're going to have about 21 laps of green flag racing.
Hopefully. Can't always say that. You never know.
Hopefully.
You never know, but green flag is the call. We're running once again. And Bo Griffin with a quick switch up there to the high line and diving right back down to the low. Going to carry as much of that momentum out there as he can. He's going to have a good exit, but man,
Adam Wright getting a little loose.
Yeah. I don't know if that's just those cold tires taking effect on that, you know, when you're hugging that inside line, but we'll have to see out here. We know, I'd have to assume that almost everybody's running fresh tires out here now. Oh, and
Yeah,
3 wide
just-
briefly across the front stretch. The 11, 77, and 27 briefly 3 wide and almost going in. And
the 11's getting shipped.
Oh,
and they're stuck together.
Around, hugging
Oh.
it out.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, and he finishes him off.
Oh, man.
Tempers are flaring here at Milwaukee, Luke,
Oh,
and that's going to
boy.
send Scott Phillips all the way around with some severe damage.
And probably the worst part of it, Kevin, the caution flag remains in. No caution. That's going to put Scott Phillips in a very bad spot. Severely off pace,
also-
about 15 seconds off the leaders.
Yeah, Tyler O'Neill also loses a lot of time, and he's right there in the back with Scott Phillips. Neither of them benefited whatsoever from that one, Luke.
That's right. 77. Looking for the pass here on the 19.
Yeah, and in all that mix, Adam Wright was able to pick off 2nd place from Nick Nevin. And how about Austin Johnson? I said he needed a good restart. He's up to 7th, started 19th, your biggest mover of the race.
Yeah, look at that. He's definitely looking for it out here, Kevin, with just 19 laps to go out here. He's got some time to work. We're over the halfway point in this race, but I think just based on where he started out here, he's moving exactly the amount of spots he's wanted. But the 18 gets loose on the exit of 2, and that's going to be Trent Roloff. And that's going to bring out our
Well, I
second
got
caution.
loose there, buddy. I didn't mean to get into you like that.
We're hearing
Then we
some,
just got stuck together.
Yeah, and Luke,
We're
I
hearing
know
some
you said he got
apologies.
loose,
we're hearing
but
some
I'm seeing
apologies from the previous
I'm seeing contact there.
Yeah, we'll go back and take a look at that, but I did want to just clear up. We just heard some apologies from the previous hug
great
incident,
work,
if you
Tyler.
will, between Scott Phillips.
No, we heard Frank apologize.
Was
I'm
that
not
Frank?
quite sure what Frank was apologizing for.
Interesting. I don't know.
Try to get a read on that, but
Someone else. But yeah, we'll go back and take a look
but
at this caution here. Let's see what brought out this caution.
I can assure you, based off the text chat, there's no apologizing between the
Ah,
two of them on the hugging incident.
Got it. Got it. Got it. You see the bump come from the 12. Two good bumps there from the 12. Gets the 18 loose. And
Two good bumps,
I gotta
and that
say, that's
second
gotta be on
one.
the 12. That's gotta be on Max Harris.
Yeah, and that second one, the first one bumped him, but
That was at least
it was
square.
more of
That was a
just
square.
yeah, it was a square bump. The second one, though
Gets
probably
on-
not intentional, definitely got him way off center, and
Yeah, gets him right on that
Where'd
right
that
rear
happen
quarter
at?
panel, and when you're on the exit of that turn, that's just such a bad
Exit
spot to
of
catch
two.
that snap, and very hard to save.
I mean,
something
like
that.
position-wise.
yeah, and we
Overall,
see
though,
some pits here.
Had to have been
Yeah, we see a
third
few. It
from
looks like
last,
most
I
of
think.
those
Just
guys that were
intent
involved in
wrestling.
the previous two incidents. It looks like it's going to be 4 drivers. Looks like we're currently looking at Tyler Roloff, Jake Golano, Scott Phillips, and Max Harris. Yeah, it's just all 4 that were involved in the previous incident out there, likely just wanting to touch up the damages to give them a good, strong run here for the final stretch of the race out
At
here.
least I get a protest out of it.
We are hearing reports that the 18 is looking to protest after this one. Temper's definitely flaring out here in the first official race of this week, Kevin, and they're going to have all rest of the week out here to run this at Milwaukee and maybe settle out and score out their differences out here in this one, but this first one, it's definitely flaring up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think the last person that wanted to see that caution fly was Bo Griffin Jr. We've seen guys behind him, Adam Wright, Austin Johnson, Kevin Swindell, all have great restarts, pick off a couple spots even on some of these restarts, and with Bo Griffin trying to expand his gap and put cars in between him and those fast trucks behind him, I think a caution here is the last thing he wanted.
Absolutely, but we talked about it earlier. He has set the best lap time out here in the session, but it's all going to come down to can he retain those good lap times here going in later into this race. I would definitely say he's probably one of our favorites to win the race out here, just based on iRating out here. Between him, the only other person I believe that has him beat on the field in terms of iRating is Austin Johnson, actually, out there, the biggest mover tonight. So I think those are obviously going to be our top 2 to watch out here, but we're going to have to see how it goes out here as the pace car makes its way in out here. Green we go, once again.
Green flag, not as dominant of a jump by that inside line, but nonetheless, it's going to easily clear Bo Griffin Jr.
We're seeing some brief 3-wide racing here on the exit around the back half of the pack, around 10th place.
Yeah, David Flanagan in the middle of that.
Oh, man.
And that's going to send the 15 around!
Oh, and up into the wall he goes! And that's going to yet again bring out another caution out here, Kevin. That's going to be our 3rd one of the night. But other than that, it looks like it was
I don't know what happened there. I was stuck to the bottom.
just the 15 that was involved in that. I'll have to take a peek back here, see what we got. But we're currently watching the overhead of Ethan DeWald here.
How the hell did you get around all that and then not have to give your positions back?
Well, I don't know why it immediately took us to the 15 for some reason in that. It was
I
not
don't
the
know. I
15
was up
involved in
against
that.
the wall, and I saw the guy wrecking. I knew he was coming back up the
Andrew, that's
track, so I
right.
just sped up in the corner.
Oof. And it seems as though it was
Kinda
almost a
funny,
result of
laughing
that 3-wide
around.
racing behind him a little bit.
Yeah, that
At this
worked
moment
out.
here, getting ready to
I
go
was
into the
sitting here
turn.
like, man, I wish they didn't throw the yellow because I got past those guys, but I had to give it back. I got like most of the way past them.
Yeah, and I have trouble putting that on David Flanagan, if I'm being completely
Oh,
honest.
sure,
Not really
yeah,
anywhere
right.
he can go.
See how
It seems like the
started.
15 thought he
Okay.
was,
I'm gonna do it again.
clear to come down across the 3-wide, and just really kind of wasn't.
And unfortunate, he takes a pretty good lick there, but I'd like to think the damage was somewhat minimal. We do see 4 drivers making their way into the pits here. A couple more. A couple of the previous involvees in the last wrecks out here, likely just clearing up a little bit extra damage maybe. But Andrew is going to make his way in there to get that damage cleared up. Some guys there. Plenty of action out here in the top split for this first race for us of the week. And I imagine it's going to continue to drag on here when we get this thing going again out here. I believe we'll be sitting at just 10 to go when we go.
Yeah, and as far as your top 8 cars go, give or take, there really wasn't much movement on that restart. I know guys were trying. We saw the 3-wide racing. We saw 2-wide racing in front of it. Guys were trying to make some moves, but not too many position changes up there. But I'm seeing blinking for your leader of Bo Griffin, and I'm hoping his internet doesn't give out on him.
Yeah, we definitely don't want that happening. That would be a very unfortunate set of circumstances here near the end of this one. But it seems I lied with the whole 10 to go thing. It's going to be 11 to go here when they go green. Underestimated just a little bit. Bo Griffin Jr. I feel like it's a little bit of a re-roll of the same message. He's going to once again get his choice of the restart here and have his restart once again. And another good one for him here. He's going to clear all the way over the outside line and have pretty much the whole track to himself here. This time, Adam Wright, not far off of Kevin. He's hanging in there, trying to stay within his draft here. We know Bo Griffin has the better times out here lap-wise, and it's already starting to show. He's already starting to put a gap between him and the cars behind him.
Yeah, and Adam Wright seems to be the guy in the hunt right now, Luke. But Bo Griffin holding on strong. And as we know, as well as anybody, catching is one thing and passing is another. And we only have about 9 laps to go this time by.
That's right. The gap of opportunity is slowly going to close for him. And hearing some frustrations here back around the 18 here.
My bad.
Yeah,
My bad, Nick. Sorry about that.
that lap was much faster for Bo Griffin. That past couple laps, actually. And he's starting to expand that lead once again.
Yeah, starting to turn up the heat out here. He knows the lap is, or the time left in this race is starting to dwindle out here. He's giving it all he's got out here to hold on to his lead.
How about Eugene Tuminello? He's up from 15th to 4th place, your second biggest mover of the race. He's putting up times about as good as anybody else out here. Only 1.2 seconds off the leader.
Looks like your guy Austin Johnson back there, a little stuck behind some battling cars in front of him, Nick Neiman and Ethan DeWald. Currently door to door, but it looks like Nick is going to get the clear. Now it's going to be Austin's turn to try to pass him. Jumping back up here to your leaders out here. Bo Griffin really starting to stack up the time on his lead out here, approaching a full second of separation between him and second place.
It felt like I overshot that a little.
The battle for second place is starting to begin out here. Adam Wright going to be looking to defend it from Kevin Swindell here. They're not far apart. Man, it's almost like Bo Griffin here kicked it into another gear, Kevin. He's putting up time every single lap, every single turn.
Yeah, and I think he's, maintaining the gap here, and we saw Adam Wright get close, but the second Adam Wright got within a few tenths, we saw the lap times of Bo Griffin really pick up, and it seems like he's going to walk away with this one if we stay green, Luke, because we only have about 4.5 laps.
I have to agree with you, Kevin. I don't think the guys behind him have the time to catch him here unless they see another caution. Still might see a battle for second place out here as Kevin Swindell is really starting to catch up to the bumper of Adam Wright.
Yeah, Kevin Swindell really putting the pressure on the 4 car of Adam Wright now. And with what we're coming to be 3 to go, like yellow is the last thing these
Oh,
guys want to
man,
see.
and there it is. The 4th caution with 3 to go. Technically, it came out with 4 laps to go, but one more incident, and it's going to be Tyler O'Neill being involved in his second out here of the afternoon. And I'm also hearing word that David Flanagan getting the black flag. He is now in the pits. We're going to go back and take a look at that caution here and see what the results of that one were. And, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, but is this the same two that were involved in it earlier? Or is it different too?
It was one half of it.
Okay.
Tyler O'Neill was involved, but it was Scott Phillips last time around, who's made his way up to P11.
Man, and the hard hit Tyler O'Neill took there. Almost seems like the 12 starts to kind of dip low a little early. But I don't know. That's a tough one. What's your thoughts on that one, Kevin?
I mean, I want to say racing incident. We see the 12 come down a little.
Makes up for the whole run.
I'd say if I had to put some blame on somebody, I'd have to say the 12.
Yep.
Yeah. I would definitely chalk it up to a racing incident, but I'd say if we had to put fault, I would say the 12. Either way, that's going to definitely create an interesting story here for Adam Wright now. Going to have a chance to maybe get his get back here at Bo Griffin and maybe have a chance to still win this thing, but he's not going to have an easy time doing it.
Yeah, you know, last thing Bo Griffin wanted to see there was a caution, but that's racing, and Adam Wright is kind of just hoping that Bo Griffin can make a mistake here, because we've seen on these restarts Bo Griffin really just run away with it and kind of no contest.
And I imagine he's going to probably be looking to do so again here, but as it stands right now, he is definitely the favorite to win here, just based off of what we've seen throughout this race. We've seen quite a few incidents out here, Kevin. We've seen, I want to say, some heated moments between some drivers out here. Overall, the first experience out here for our first trucks C-fixed
As a feeling, this
has been
is gonna
exciting.
be a shit show.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew when we saw a short track, we'd be in for a good one, but it's not quite over yet. As the pace car's coming in, we have a 2-lap shootout here. Bo Griffin, Adam Wright, green.
And once again, a great restart for him.
Very clear.
But how about Kevin Swindell taking the opportunity and making the jump on the inside? And now Eugene looking at the inside. He's going to briefly send it 3. And, ooh, briefly loose there is Kevin Swindell on that middle line. He's going to get the clear.
Kevin Swindell has the inside of Adam Wright now. And we are about to take the white flag. This is exactly what Bo Griffin wanted to see.
Seeing the battle behind him. And, man, they're going to be door-to-door out here. White flag. The real battle here, it seems, is going to be here for second. We're going to watch the overhead here and see what happens here. I think we can pretty much safe to assume here that Bo Griffin's going to walk away with this one here unless he slips out of this turn. But the real battle here going to be for second place. Eugene, once again, peeking at the inside, looking for it. He's going to have his nose in there. They're going to briefly be 3 wide here. Eugene looking at the inside.
3 wide finish.
Oh, the 8 comes up high. That might give Eugene second. It does. Eugene
P2,
steals
Swindell
second.
3, Adam Wright 4. What a finish.
Man. And talk about a steal for second for Eugene. What a move there. Into 3 and out of 4. He looks for the inside, and he ends up stealing second place there when he was realistically set up for 4th there. But how about a win for Bo Griffin there, Kevin? He looked good all race, and it seems that he got the results he wanted, if I had to say so.
Yeah, dominant performance there for Bo Griffin. And I gotta say, I think we gotta go back and watch some more of that last restart. We see some some disastrous stuff, including meatballs being handed out. And that 77 car of Tyler O'Neill, his luck just continued to run dry, and he went hard into the wall, taking the white flag.
Sorry, fans, calm down. We can't be catcalled in the chat, guys. Come on, Devin. We're better than this. But yeah, let's go back and take a look here at what resulted in off the restart here. First, we'll take a look at the front here of the restart and just look at the restart for Bo Griffin, and then we'll secondly go back and take a look at one of the meatballs here. But I mean, we saw it pretty much the entire race out here. Bo Griffin, he definitely had a good command over the restart here, but let's take a look here at Eugene here off the restart here. He immediately made that exact same move to the inside, tried to get it to stick early off the restart, but just didn't quite have the power to make the pass there out of 2. And it looked pretty good for him there. You know, he had the good transition there on the last lap, but it was a great start there for Bo Griffin off the restart. But let's go and take a look back here. I believe that Kevin O'Neill, he was handed a meatball here. Let's go back and take a look at his far chase, the 77. He's been involved in a couple of them here tonight. Let's see what the restart looked like from his perspective here. Ooh.
Yeah, just trying to find anywhere that a stack up isn't occurring, and on such an aggressive restart, that's hard to do. It's going to get to the outside here. I think it's going to be coming out of 4 when you got the meatball. You see one very high and off the pace.
And this is the white flag right here. Number 8 looking at the inside. That's Buchanan. Briefly 3 wide, settles back to 2. Oh, and we see the 21 getting loose. We see a lot of trucks getting loose there.
Then the 20.
Oh my god!
Huge hit.
Jeez. Okay. Let's go back a little bit and let's look at the overhead of that, because that was I thought it was going to be a little more contained than that, but it was a lot more spread out. So we're going to go back and maybe take a look a little further up the field here. We see the 1 getting into the 9 there. The 1 and 9 get into a little bit of an incident here. I know the 20 ducks down low to avoid it there. So we see the 20 ducking low to avoid the incident there. He gets into the 11, gets loose off of Scott Phillips. They're both getting loose. Everyone kind of manages to hold it together up there. Everybody settles it down, and this is around the time that Tyler O'Neill is making his way through the traffic. Everybody's kind of got it back together, settling back down. He's looking for that inside there on the 20 because he knows he's quite off speed here after his involvement in the incident. Drifting back up the track, no doubt, just off of full throttle here. And he just comes across the nose of the 20 and takes a kisser to the wall.
Yeah, and definitely interesting contact there between the 9 and the 1 that kind of initiated all the guys fanning out. I'm not quite sure
Let's go back
if
and
we
maybe
can go back.
Yeah, let's look at it a little bit closer, maybe. Ooh, honestly, let's go back and look at it going out of the exit of 2 here, because it kind of seems like they're dooring up a little bit here down the back straightaway.
Yeah, 9 comes down.
9 comes down.
Gives him the door a couple times,
bump.
and then
Hooks him a little bit here going into 3 if I had to put a narrative on it, and the 20 struggles to hold it after losing it and cheeching the tires a little bit there on the exit. And man, what a wild set of circumstances there at the end.
yeah, and I mean that's just everybody racing as hard as they can,
Trying to
and
hold it, yeah.
nobody really wants to lift. I know the 20 kind of lifts because he sees the wreck. The 11 behind him kind of doesn't as much.
Well, the 20
Kinda
got
sends him.
the 20 kind of got hooked by the 11 here. I don't know if you saw that.
That's
bit.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
The 20 checks up, and the 11 not as much, and
Yeah, it's
nobody
hard
really
to
giving an inch coming out of 4 in the
Yeah.
last lap, and
it's kind of hard to gauge how much you should be given, on the last lap. It's a tough call. It's a tough call, but either oh shit. Hold on. I think we missed something. Hold up. We might have, I think we might have missed something here near the end of it. I think it was between Kevin Swindell here. They were
Well,
three
that was the
wide
battle
here.
for second.
That was the battle for second. But at the end of it, I think I saw a little something there at the end of the race here. So they get involved there a little bit between the 8 and the 4. And the 8 kind of giving the 4 a bit of a hey, how you doing at the end of it, but
possibly showing his displeasure, but
possibly.
That, I think we're going to see a lot of that this week here in Milwaukee. Yeah. It's a short track, but it carries a lot of speed, and iRacing tempers are going to flare, but
of course.
I think that's about going to do it for tonight. I had a lot of fun, Luke, and I'm just looking here at the schedule before we call it to see where we're going next week. Next week it's going to be Richmond, so similar circumstances. We're going to see some more short track racing out here. And I think we are in for a very fun night. A week from tonight, so Monday at 8:15. If anybody's watching, we're going to be running this back every week.
Be there or be square, Ninth Gear fans. Be there or be square.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of fun, though, and appreciate you coming on board with me, Luke.
Yeah, of course. It's been a fun return out here, and we hope to see everybody who made it out here to the first return out here. We hope to see you guys all back again here next week. But good job driving out there to all the drivers, and bring out some more action here for us next week. And hey, if you're watching, you want to be inside of this out here, get your iRating up and get yourself into that top split for next week, and maybe we'll see you out there driving next week. Got anything to close us out, Kevin?
Nope, I think that's about going to do it.
Alrighty, take it easy, Ninth Gear fans. We'll see you all in the next one.